Hi, I'm back again reading another segment from my book, Surrendered, and this is actually segment 10. After this, we have two more, and we're done. And by the time you hear the last one, it'll be almost Christmas. Can't believe how fast this year is going. So this segment is from Tessa's point of view, and I hope you enjoy. I keep to my usual route, flat as possible and easily finished in 30 minutes, and let my mind wander. What'll my next step be in the fight for justice? Stephanie isn't cracking, but I've perceived some change in her. She doesn't avoid eye contact anymore, which is good. And last week, she started to say something to me, but got distracted when someone bumped into her. Maybe it's my move. I make the last turn onto our street and with an unusual burst of energy, take the steps two at a time to the front porch. Breathing heavily, I fall through the door to be met by Katie, who stands there like she's waiting for me. She's got that harassed look about her. Uncombed hair, red cheeks, and a frown. I'm sure it must have something to do with Jake. We need to talk. She grabs my arm and pulls me to the couch. Do you mind if I get a glass of water first? Tugging free, I jump up and go to the kitchen. Katie follows. Jake's gone all parental on me, and I need you to tell him to back off. The note Jake left last night is still hanging from a magnet on the fridge. I snap it off and wave it at her. By any chance, does it have to do with this? She snatches it from my hand and crumples it. He gave me a curfew last night. I widen my eyes and feign shock. A curfew? What a hideous beast! What could he be thinking? Jake might have his faults, but expecting Katie to follow a few rules isn't one of them. Very funny, Tess. She tosses the note into the trash. It's not his place to do that. Taking a glass from the cabinet, I fill it at the sink. Then it wasn't his place to allow you to go out in the first place, and, I look at her, to miss work. Well, you weren't around. Good thing, too. Had I a say in it, you'd have been at work where you belonged. Oh, right. She taps her finger against her chest, like I'm not allowed to go out and have some fun. You poor thing, I croon. Emptying the glass in 3 large gulps, I wipe my mouth with the back of my hand. You act like we keep you chained up in the basement or something. I place the glass on the counter and turn to face her, hips resting against the sink. What's this we stuff? Suddenly you're on Jake's side? When it comes to you, kiddo, there's only one side. You were scheduled to work, so that's what you should have been doing. I'm always scheduled to work. Don't exaggerate. But I realize with an internal wince that she comes by that trait naturally. You have either Friday or Saturday off every week. She drops her gaze, and I can practically smell manipulation. You'd think she had invented puberty. It doesn't really matter now anyway. Jake grounded me like I'm a kid. A chuckle escapes me before I can stop it. You are a kid. What'd he ground you for? As if I don't already know. She sighs. I was a few minutes late with the curfew. Liar is written all over her face. A few? What is that? 3, 4, 60? Straightening her shoulders, she stares at me. That's not the point, Tess. He has no business giving me a curfew in the first place. Who does he think he is anyway, Dad? Reaching out, I wrap a strand of her hair in a finger. She's growing up so fast and at the same time regressing. What happened to my sweet, responsible sister? What's going on here, Kit Kat? Eyes welling, she shrugs. I wish Dad was here. Just like that, I'm one of Pavlov's dogs, but instead of salivating, my nose burns and a lump clogs my throat. I wrap my arms around her, combing my fingers through her hair until I can speak without breaking. I miss him too, sweetie. But acting out isn't going to bring him back. She pulls away, wiping her eyes. It's not fair. You had Mom and Dad. She scowls. I get you and Jake. A smile tugs at my lips despite the pain evident in her eyes. She certainly got the short end of the parental stick. When you're handed lemons, yeah, I know. She hooks her hair behind her ears. Lemonade. Jake and I may not see eye to eye, a definite understatement, but as long as he's got your best interest at heart, I can't fault him, at least not with this particular issue. She plants puppy dog eyes on me. Can't you at least override him this time, please? Grounded a whole month is so... Sorry, but no. If Jake and I fight for control, it's Katie who'll lose. You've pushed the envelope, kiddo. If Jake gave you a curfew and you were late, by a few minutes, shaking my head, I sigh. Give me a little credit, Katie. My bedroom is next to the front door. You don't think I heard you come in? You played Jake knowing I wouldn't have let you go to that party last night. Now you're trying to play me. It's not going to work. She's going to survive puberty if we have to drag her through it kicking and screaming. And that's the end of that scene with her. So next time we're back to Jake again. So 2 more, and I hope you enjoyed this week, and I hope to see you back next week. Thanks.